If you've been taking magnesium glycinate, hoping it would finally put an end to your endless tossing and turning, but instead, it feels like you're just swallowing plain water, you're not alone. Many people say magnesium glycinate is all hype because they feel absolutely no difference in their sleep. But here's the truth. If magnesium glycinate isn't working for you, there's a reason. And it's not the supplement's fault. You're likely making one of several common mistakes that are silently sabotaging its effectiveness. In this video, we're going to uncover 6 major reasons why magnesium glycinate might not be helping your insomnia, and more importantly, what you need to do to fix it, so you can finally start falling asleep as effortlessly as flipping off a light switch. But before we dive in, please do me a quick favor. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps this video reach more people who are struggling with the same frustrating sleep problem. Alright, without further ado, let's get started. Your magnesium deficiency is too severe. Here's something most people don't think about. If you've been magnesium deficient for a long time, and honestly that's very common, then simply taking 200 or even 300 milligrams of magnesium glycinate might not be enough to get your body back to where it needs to be, especially when it comes to fixing your sleep. Studies show that a huge percentage of the population is walking around with a chronic magnesium deficiency and doesn't even know it. Thanks to depleted soil processed food stress, caffeine, and certain medications, we're all burning through magnesium faster than we're replacing it. Now, even if you're taking a decent dose, say 400 milligrams of magnesium glycinate, that doesn't mean your body is actually absorbing all 400 milligrams, not even close. Magnesium glycinate is known for being highly bioavailable. But even with good gut health, your body may only absorb about 70 to 80% of that. So in reality, you're only getting 280 to 320 milligrams, and if your deficiency is deep, that's barely scratching the surface. And I'm not saying you should just go ahead and start taking 600 or 800 milligrams of magnesium glycinate right away. That's not the point. I just want you to get the picture that your body may need more magnesium than you think, especially in the beginning, when your levels are really depleted. It's kind of like trying to fill up a dry sponge with just a tiny trickle of water. It'll soak it up instantly and still be dry. Your cells are that sponge. They've been starved for magnesium, and until those levels are rebuilt, small doses might not move the needle on your sleep, at least not right away. So if you've been taking magnesium glycinate and expecting instant results, and you know your diet or lifestyle has been hard on your magnesium levels, don't give up. You may just need a more strategic and sustained approach to recharging your magnesium stores before you start noticing those deep, restful nights again. 2. Your pills contain low elemental magnesium. Now here's a sneaky reason magnesium glycinate might not be doing anything for your insomnia, and it has nothing to do with your body and everything to do with the supplement itself. Because magnesium is expensive to produce, a lot of supplement companies cut corners to keep prices low and attract more customers. So what they do is slap a big bold number on the front of the bottle, something like 400 milligrams of magnesium glycinate per serving, and it looks impressive. But the trick is, that number usually refers to the total compound weight, not the actual amount of elemental magnesium your body can use. If you flip the bottle around and check the fine print on the back, and yes, it's usually buried in tiny letters, you might see something like elemental magnesium, 60 milligrams or 90 milligrams per serving. So what you thought was 400 milligrams is really just a fraction of that. And here's where it gets worse. Let's say your supplement only gives you 60 milligrams of elemental magnesium. Even if your gut is in great shape, you're probably only absorbing 70 to 80% of that. Maybe 40 milligrams or less actually makes it into your bloodstream. That's barely 10% of the recommended daily intake and nowhere near what you need for therapeutic sleep support. So if you've been faithfully taking your magnesium glycinate every night and still tossing and turning, check your label. Make sure you're getting a supplement that's honest about its elemental magnesium content, not just the total compound weight. And if you're not sure which brands to trust, it's always a good idea to look for third-party lab testing or reviews that break it down. We actually made a full video testing and comparing popular magnesium supplements. If you haven't seen that one yet, I'll leave the link for you in the description. Your nervous system is in overdrive. Let's talk about something that often gets overlooked: your stress levels. If your nervous system is stuck in fight or flight mode, which for many people is an all-day, everyday thing, it can completely sabotage your magnesium glycinate. You see, stress doesn't just mess with your mind. It actually burns through your magnesium stores at a much faster rate. That's because magnesium plays a huge role in calming the nervous system and regulating stress hormones. So, the more stressed you are, the more magnesium your body uses up trying to stay balanced. And here's where it gets interesting. On a totally different topic, magnesium is also known to reduce frequent night urination, something a lot of people struggle with. But you'll hear people say, I'm taking magnesium glycinate, and I still wake up 4 times a night to pee. And one of the biggest reasons that happens is stress. When your body is stressed, your nervous system ramps up and starts affecting your bladder. Stress increases a hormone called aldosterone, which tells your body to hold on to sodium and dump out more magnesium and water through urine. That's why you'll often notice that you urinate more when you're anxious or under pressure, even if you're not drinking more water. So not only are you losing magnesium faster, but the more you stress, the more you literally flush it down the toilet. If your sleep is a mess and magnesium glycinate doesn't seem to be helping, it's probably time to take a serious look at your stress levels. Because when your nervous system is constantly in overdrive, even the best magnesium supplement might not stand a chance, until you calm that stress response, through things like deep breathing, walking, reducing screen time before bed, or even just talking to someone. Your body will keep draining magnesium like a leaky faucet. 4. You're missing magnesium's essential cofactors. Here's something most people never hear about when they start taking magnesium glycinate. Magnesium doesn't work alone. Just like a car engine needs more than just gasoline, your body needs cofactors, those supporting nutrients, to actually use magnesium effectively. And if those cofactors are missing, even high-quality magnesium glycinate won't do its job the way it should. One of the most important cofactors is vitamin B6. It helps shuttle magnesium into your cells where it's needed, especially in the brain and nervous system. Without enough B6, magnesium can have a hard time crossing into the areas that regulate sleep and anxiety. Another one is boron, which helps your body retain magnesium longer instead of flushing it out too quickly. Then there's vitamin D3, which works with magnesium like a tag team. Vitamin D helps regulate calcium in the body, and magnesium is needed to activate vitamin D. But if you're low in D3, your magnesium balance may still be off no matter how much you're taking. And let's not forget potassium, which works with magnesium to calm the nervous system and support deep, uninterrupted sleep. Now, I'm not saying you need to load up on every single vitamin and mineral out there, but if you're not getting enough of these key players through your diet or a balanced supplement routine, your body may not be using that magnesium glycinate effectively. So if it feels like your magnesium is just sitting there and not making any real difference, this could be why. You might be missing the other nutrients that make it click. 5. You're taking it with the wrong foods or medications. A lot of people don't realize this, but what you eat, or the medications you're taking, could be quietly blocking magnesium glycinate from doing what it's supposed to do in your body. Let's start with food. When you take magnesium glycinate with meals that are high in calcium like milk, cheese, or yogurt, the calcium and magnesium end up competing for absorption in your digestive tract, and unfortunately, calcium often wins. That means less magnesium gets absorbed and your body misses out on the calming benefits it needs to help you sleep. Another sneaky culprit? Fiber. While fiber is great for digestion, too much of it, especially from foods like bran, beans, or whole grains, can bind to magnesium in your gut and carry it right out of your body before it ever gets absorbed. So even if you're taking magnesium faithfully every day, your body might not be holding on to much of it if you're eating high-fiber meals at the same time. Now let's talk about medications. Certain drugs like antacids and proton pump inhibitors for acid reflux can interfere with magnesium absorption in the gut. Others, like diuretics, can cause your kidneys to flush magnesium out faster than normal. So if you're on one of these medications and not adjusting for that, you may be losing magnesium just as quickly as you're taking it in. There's actually scientific research backing this up. One study published in the Journal of the American College of Nutrition showed that high calcium and high fiber meals significantly reduce magnesium bioavailability, meaning your body absorbs a lot less than you think. So if it feels like magnesium glycinate isn't doing anything for your sleep, it might not be the supplement that's the problem. The issue could be what you're taking it with, and changing that might finally let your body soak up the full benefits. I know a lot of people have the habit of taking dairy close to bed. Your sleep trouble isn't magnesium related. This might be a hard pill to swallow, but it's something you really need to hear. Not all insomnia is caused by magnesium deficiency. Yes, magnesium glycinate is powerful. It helps calm the nervous system, regulate melatonin, ease anxiety, all things that are essential for good sleep. But if you've corrected your magnesium intake, addressed cofactors, and still feel wide awake at 2 a.m. night after night, you might be dealing with something deeper. For some people, it's chronic stress, unresolved emotional tension, or an overactive mind that simply won't quiet down. For others, it could be blood sugar imbalances, poor melatonin production, or even sleep apnea, all of which can ruin sleep regardless of how much magnesium you take. It's also worth noting that things like late-night screen-time caffeine intake after noon or even sleeping in an environment that's too warm or too noisy can completely disrupt your body's ability to wind down, and magnesium won't fix that on its own. So if nothing seems to be working, take a step back and ask, is magnesium really the issue? Or is there something else stealing your sleep that needs to be addressed? Magnesium glycinate is a fantastic tool, but it's not a magic bullet. When you put it in the right context with the right support, that's when it truly shines. So there you have it. 6 real reasons why magnesium glycinate might not be helping your insomnia, and what you can actually do to fix it. The truth is, magnesium glycinate does work, but only when you give your body the right conditions to let it do its job. Before you make any big changes or increase your dose, please make sure to talk to your healthcare provider. Everyone's body is different, and it's always best to get personalized guidance, especially when it comes to supplements. If you found this video helpful, please take a second to hit the like button. It really helps more people who are struggling with sleep issues discover this content. And if you're passionate about natural solutions and want more easy-to-understand videos like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and here's to finally getting the deep, restful sleep you deserve.